or the Carrowmore megalithic complex, can be found about 4 kilometres southwest of Sligo town in the west of Ireland. It's set in the heart of Carrowmore Peninsula, and it's the largest and oldest collection of Neolithic stone circles and dolmens found in Ireland. Carrowmore complex is arranged around the edges of a subtle plateau at the centre of the peninsula, a parcel of undulating land with fixed boundaries, surrounded by water on all sides. According to folklore, the monuments were believed to have been built by the Gaelic or hag named Carrowmore, who, according to local tradition, lives in her house in the Ballygawley Mountains. The stunning cairn-topped mountain of Knocknarea rises abruptly 4 kilometres to the west of Carrowmore, while the smaller but equally important Carnes Hill is 4 kilometres to the east. There are more Neolithic monuments on the summits of the Ox Mountains to the south. 30 monuments remain at Carrowmore today in varying states of preservation and completion, the most perfect being the Kissing Stone. The antiquarian George Petrie noted 65 monuments during his visit for the Ordnance Survey in 1837, but today the number is thought to be considerably lower, at a probable maximum of not more than 40 circles. A number of these sites were badly damaged in the years of the 19th century by land clearance and gravel quarrying. They estimate that it's about 6,000 years old, and as with most monuments and sites in Ireland, everything is dated to about 5,000 or 6,000 years old, which strongly hints at a great reset. A lot of places in Ireland, Scotland, England even, and further afield, a lot of them have been dated back to 5,000 or 6,000 years ago, which really kind of just gives you all the evidence that you need that there was some form of reset and they were starting again. Carrowmore is managed by the Office of Public Works, and I find it to be very neat and well taken care of. The types of monuments found at Carrowmore are an early form of passage grave, boulder circles which contain a platform which supports a central dolmen or burial chamber. These chambers were designed to house communal cremations, are connected to the stone circle by a symbolic passage. They are among the earliest megalithic of chambers built in Ireland. Information from carbon-dated red deer antlers show that the chambers were used between 5,800 and 5,000 years ago. The original raised platform was an open-air monument with a freestanding chamber. Many Carrowmore monuments have one or more inner circle of smaller stones. Stones used to construct the monuments are a very hard form of glacial rock called gneiss, spelled Gneis, which comes from the nearby Ox Mountains. There's an average of 30 to 35 stones in each circle, set side by side and placed standing upright like teeth. These stones form the physical barrier between the land of the living and the world of the dead. The Carrowmore circles measure 10 to 12 metres in diameter on average, though a number of monuments such as circles 19, 22, 27 and 51 are much larger. The platform beneath this Hill is a large oval construction 50 metres in diameter, while the stone circle it supports, the largest of the Carrowmore series, is 35 metres in diameter. The Kissing Stone, or Labanafian, is the most intact example remaining today. It consists of a circle of boulders about 11 metres in diameter and has a beautifully graceful dolmen or stone table at the centre. The kissing stone is built on a slope and has an amazing view of Knocknarea Mountain, or Maeve's Cairns. The sockets of missing stones were found during the excavations, which show that there was once a short passage leading into the chamber. About 14 of the monuments have remains of passages at Carrowmore. The Kilrea Peninsula is limestone covered with a mantle of glacial gravel. The complex is located on a plateau at the centre of the peninsula, with the circles built around the edge. Some limestone slabs were used in the monuments, but few compared to the more plentiful gneiss boulders. Fragments of quartz were found in some of the circles, and these would have come from the Ox Mountains to the south, specifically from the area around Crowhan. One small piece of rock crystal discovered in monument number 3 has a hole drilled through the end and was probably used as a pendant or pendulum. There's no evidence that stone cairns ever covered the dolmens at Carrowmore. Instead, they appear to have been an early freestanding form of passage grave, with the chamber supported by a platform. The exception is the central focal monument Listoel, which was freestanding when built, then buried in a great cairn of stones, possibly around 3400 BC. The central monument Listoel has an astronomical alignment, being oriented towards a gap in the Ballygawley Mountains, where the sun rises each year close to the November and February cross-quarter days. The beam of sunlight enters the chamber, illuminating the underneath of the huge capstone, which turns an amazing golden colour. A shadow projected by the triangular blocking stone bisects this panel of light, an amazing phenomenon which has been occurring since the chamber was constructed around 3600 BC. The Carrowmore is the elder of the trinity of goddesses in County Sligo. She is a witch, hag, or wise old woman who in local folklore is said to have built the cairns both here and in Lough Crew. In local mythology, the Carrowmore lived in the cairn of Slieve Dain, and there are many stories about her and Mad King Sweeney, the Donegal chieftain who was cursed by a Christian cleric. If you ever happen to be passing through Sligo town, pay a visit to the local woodcarver and mythologist Michael Quirk, who tells great versions of the local myths in his shop in Wine Street. All of the information that I have gathered is from the Carrowkeel website, and it's the father of Flanagan Heritage Centre, set in Cliffoney in Sligo. I'll leave information in the description box, and I hope you enjoyed watching. Bye bye.